the first game of a new month. It is September, and the Phillies get the Sunday night baseball slot on ESPN tonight. Tyler Mroz, Heat Ratio Sports Phillies pregame show, a big one tonight. Phillies have won 2 of the last 3 against the Braves. They have a chance to win their first series all year long against the Atlanta Braves. Confirmed that they will not be losing the series, so they will not go on a 3-series losing streak versus the Braves, or 4. I think this is their 4th time playing them, but nonetheless, Phillies have a chance to pick up the win in the series tonight. Spencer Schwellenbach, 5-6 with a 3.72 ERA. He has been red hot since the All-Star break. And then Aaron Nola night. I will be attending. I will be wearing the Nola jersey. I did decide to wear that. I kind of have to. It's Aaron Nola night. I finally get to see him pitch. Before I got this jersey, I would see him pitch a lot. But once I got the jersey, of course, never really got to see him. So I will be wearing the Nola jersey tonight, 12-6 with a 3.30 ERA. Coming off of a 3-0 win last night, Zach Wheeler pitched a shutout in 7 innings. Jeff Hoffman and Carlos Estevez shut the door. Again, Phillies pitching really awesome last night. We'll see if Nola can keep that up. It is on ESPN tonight, so we have back-to-back nationally televised games. The game on Fox last night, the game on ESPN tonight. Not sure who the commentators are. They don't watch Sunday Night Baseball for a reason, so apparently the more I read about it, they were very biased towards the Braves last night. They did a lot of Braves interviews and not any Phillies interviews. From what I've read, I didn't really watch a ton of the game. So we'll see if ESPN can do a better job with the game tonight. And the Phillies, Alec Boehm is out again. I'm guessing they're going to save him until potentially Toronto on Tuesday. Has the swelling in his hand, so they're trying to let that go down. So 3rd consecutive game out tonight. Is their righty lineup, so everybody else, normal starters playing. Austin Hayes, Brandon Marsh. Mundo Sosa is batting 9th. He gets to start at third base again tonight. He had a great night last night. Home run, 2 for 2. 2 of the 3 RBIs, so Mundo Sosa looking to carry over his success from last night. And then September, for those of you who don't know, I completely forgot about it until this morning. Rosters expand to 28 men, so it goes from 26 to 28. Phillies made some moves today. Jose Alvarado was activated off of the restricted list, and they optioned Junior Marte. So Junior Marte using his last option, so I'm assuming this is potentially the last we have seen of him, at least for this season. And then for the 28-man guys, they bring up 2 guys. They bring up a pitcher and a position player. Cody Clemens gets the call up. He has been red hot in Lehigh Valley. He's been batting over 300. His OBP is in the 380s. I think it's 383, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been red hot. Phillies get another left-handed bat off of the bench. And then Tyler Phillips is the pitcher that is being called up. He's going to get the start Tuesday in Toronto. So Tyler Phillips, for now, has seemingly he is the Phillies' 5th man in the rotation right now. So again, Jose Alvarado, Tyler Phillips, and Cody Clemens are all back on the roster, and Junior Marte optioned for the Braves. Michael Harris is batting leadoff. They were running Whit Merrifield in that position, but Whit Merrifield has had a very cold series in Philadelphia so far, so they swapped him and Harris in the lineup. Whit will be batting 7th, and then Jared Kelenic starting over Ramon Laureano in left field. You see them kind of flip-flop. They are a platoon role, so Jared Kelenic is in left for the Braves tonight. And then they called up John Brebbia. He has a 6.14 ERA, so not sure he's the best call for them. We'll see. And then they called up outfielder Eli White. Let's get to the keys to the game. No home runs, please. Aaron Nola has given up a lot of home runs this year. It's close to 30, if my numbers are correct. I just want to confirm. I usually have that stat ready, but it's the one stat I forgot to get. Aaron Nola in season. There we go. In 27 games, he's given up 23 home runs. And mentioned before, the Braves are one of the top 5 teams in the league in getting home runs, and he hasn't been particularly good against the Braves this season. 1-1, a 6.32 ERA, and 23, 25. Five of those have come against the Braves. He's given up 2 home runs in 2 games, and he gave up 1 home run in another. In the 3 games he's gone up against the Braves this season, so Aaron Nola needs to avoid the home runs. That's usually his better games whenever he does not give up the long yard bomb. So we shall see if he can contain that tonight. And the Phillies on the offense stop striking out, because we mentioned this a couple days ago. When the Phillies strike out more than 10 times, they always lose. Whenever I see that in box score, the 10, anything above 10, they always lose. And Spencer Schwellenbach has been red hot, but especially look at his last game against the Phillies on August 22nd. 6 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts. And those strikeouts are very common for him since the All-Star break. 61 since the All-Star break. He's averaging anywhere between 8 to 9 a game. That is insane for a 2-month stretch. So Spencer Schwellenbach, red hot with the strikeouts. Phillies are a team that does worse when they strike out. So we'll see what the Phillies can do to stop it tonight. And someone who's been striking out a lot that needs to step it up is Kyle Schwarber. In this homestand, starting with the Houston series, he's 1 for 22, has 11 strikeouts in those games. So not great. He is a strikeout machine recently. Again, he's only gotten the 1 hit during this homestand. So Kyle Schwarber needs to step it up. And, Kyle Schwarber might be in today's HRS Triple play. So let's see what we got cooking today. Hit another 3 last night. So we are red hot here. Use that code HEAT. Go to Win Daily. 50% off. This is the final week for it. So make sure you are getting that code, getting a discount. You do not want to miss that. So tonight, here's what we got. Aaron Nola, over 5.5 strikeouts at -160. Had a great performance last game against the Astros. So I do think that he will carry this on today. The Braves have been striking out. Zach Wheeler, Ranger Suarez, and Christopher Sanchez all hit the over on their strikeouts in the series so far. So why not Aaron Nola? Why not carry this over? Schwellenbach was, I believe, 6.5 at minus something. Let me go. Let me see. This is DraftKings. DraftKings is deciding not to work all of a sudden now that I actually have to say something. Here we go. Schwellenbach is over 6.5 at -115. I really like that as well. So if you want to take the over on both strikeouts, that would certainly not be the worst idea. Nick Castellanos, over 1.5 HRR. His career against Schwellenbach, 1 for 6. He does have an RBI, though. He's been hot this series, so I do think he will continue that tonight. And then JT Realmuto to get 2+ total bases at +135. Realmuto, a good history against Schwellenbach. He got one of the only RBIs against him on that August 22nd game. 1 for 3 with one of the RBIs. So I think he is good for a double tonight. And then we mentioned him. This one is actually on FanDuel because DraftKings does not have his home run odds up yet. But Kyle Schwarber, home run at +230. The best odds out of anyone on the Phillies. So, and the fact that it's not even on DraftKings, I mentioned how cold he's been. Schwellenbach is a hard throwing guy. So I think Schwarber, if he just makes contact, he's sending one out. It's Sunday Night Baseball. Why not a Sunday night September Schwarbomb? That would be fitting, wouldn't it? Schwarber likes to turn it up in the beginning of a lot of months. So definitely Kyle Schwarber +230 on FanDuel to get a home run. Yeah, man, let's go Phillies. Hopefully they can pull through tonight. It's going to be a close game, a huge game, really, not just for the Phillies, but for the Braves. Mets have been playing the White Sox, and they have been obviously winning because the White Sox are horrendous. We'll get to the White Sox in just a couple of minutes. But Mets are only 8 games behind the Phillies, so they're only 2 back from the Braves right now. So a Braves loss tonight, the Braves and the Mets could be 1 game apart. Not what you want going into September. Phillies do play the Mets once or twice more. So again, Mets are starting to slowly get hot. Every time we count them out, they start creeping back in. So we got to monitor the Mets, but we'll be doing that after this series. So not just Philly moments of the night, always talking about the other teams, keeping a close eye on the other teams the Phillies are competing with for playoff seeding spots. Dodgers getting crushed by the Diamondbacks. It was 9-0 the last time I checked. Dodgers have been phenomenal in this series against the Diamondbacks so far. So not harm. Oh, it's 9-1 now. So the game's not over until it's over, but it is the 6th inning. Dodgers are down by 8 runs. Not looking good for them, but they can afford it. They have been really good in this Arizona series. Starting to I wouldn't say pull away, but they've been hot. Mookie Betts is healthy now. So with that lineup for a full month, if everyone stays healthy, I very much could see them clinching the 1 seed in mid to late September. It's going to be late September. The Phillies and the Brewers are going to keep it interesting. And speaking of the Brewers, they had an 11-inning game against the Reds. They lost it tonight. I don't remember if they won or not last night. So did they lose a series? No, they won last night. So they did win the series. They won Friday night. So yeah, Brewers losing today. Dodgers also going to lose. So big game for the Phillies. If they can win, they can gain a game on both of them. I mentioned the White Sox earlier. The worst season in their franchise's history. Not even just in their franchise, in any franchise. The 107th loss of the season, the most they've ever had. They have lost. You ready for this? 40 of their last 44 games. That is the worst losing period since the 1916 Philadelphia Athletics. So the Athletics, who are about to move to Sacramento, they were in Philly the last time that a team has been that bad. That's how long ago this was. How are you this bad in this modern game of baseball? It's 2024. 2021, they were squaring off with the Yankees, beating them in the Field of Dreams game in August. They were one of the best teams in the American League. They had Tim Anderson, Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert. What happened? I don't know how you can badly butcher a team in 3 years. It's not like a team like the Athletics or the Rockies that have been awful for years. And it's a team that was really, really good and had one of the brightest futures just 3 years ago. So I'm baffled by it every time I see it. They're on pace to finish with the worst record in MLB history. So shame on you. I don't know the White Sox owner's name. Shame on you. Shame on the front office for letting it be this bad. Everyone should be fired. Grady Sizemore, former Philly, former Cleveland Guardian. He is the interim manager for them, but not really his fault. He was an assistant coach and he got promoted once Pedro Grafal, I forget his last name, but terrible hire for them. The successor to Tommy La Russa. La Russa was fine at first, and he has the off the field issues, and the players don't like him, and he was kind of maybe I don't know if he was forced out, but not a pretty exit for him. And then going Pedro, and now 107 games, franchise's worst. But speaking of Hall of Fame managers, Dusty Baker's son, Darren Baker, he made his MLB debut with the Nationals, got his first career hit. If you remember in the World Series, Giants and Angels, Darren Baker was a little kid. He was the bat boy and almost got in a pretty nasty scuffle at home plate, but one of the Giants players scooped him up right before anything could happen. So really cool moment there that he's making his MLB debut for the Nationals. Dusty Baker retires, and boom, you got another Baker, Darren Baker. So we'll see if he can put together a Hall of Fame career just like his father. No post game tonight. I will be at the game, so we'll see how it turns out. But I'm just going to say no post game because it's going to be too late at that point. I will be live here on Heat Ratio Sports tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Hoping Tony can join me. No word yet on if he will be there, but I'll be here doing NFL predictions live. The season starts on Thursday. It's Labor Day tomorrow. Last Monday without football. So I'll be here. I'll be going in depth on standings, on oh my goodness. I'm really excited about this. So standings predictions, surprising coaching moves, who's on the hot seat, who's safe, who's going to be the MVP, who are the favorites for all that. We're going to be deep diving into a lot of things, so you are not going to want to miss it. live here tomorrow at 7 p.m. You can also tell me who I should draft in fantasy football because I do have a fantasy draft tomorrow. I have the number 1 overall pick. Should I take Christian McCaffrey? Should I go with CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill? You let me know. I'm leaning towards McCaffrey right now, but trying to trade out of that pick. So any Full Sail League listeners watching, I am open to trading the pick. Send me your offers. I am willing. So that's going to wrap it up here tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Reminder, no post game tonight. NFL predictions here live on Heat Ratio Sports tomorrow at 7 p.m. So make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're subscribing, liking the page. Really, the success of this page can't do it without the people watching. So appreciate everyone that is here for the ride. Thank you so much again. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Hopefully tomorrow we can talk about Phillies win. Make sure you're tuning in at 7 p.m. So have a good night. Stay safe. And as always, stay fresh, my friends.